Hey everyone. So, as life insurance agents, it's easy to get caught up in the routine. The calls, the objections, the underwriting, the scripts, all of it, right? But the end result of all that work that we put in training and all that is that we have a profound effect on families. And we cannot forget that. Okay. What we do matters. So, in this video, I'm going to share with you a quick case study and story of an actual sale. Okay, it's we're going to listen to a few minutes right now of a call with a 60-year-old man called into us to buy final expense life insurance from one of our TV commercials. He's healthy. His dad is still alive in his 80s. Okay, he laughs in this call and he says, "I should have done this a long time ago," but there's a plot twist that we'll share with you after we play this call. Okay, and we're going to share some lessons on this as well. Okay, so here's the call.
With the accidental death or without it?
Yeah, with the
With the accidental death. Okay.
which probably will never happen.
Well, you never know. I mean, we
Yeah.
say that it'll never happen,
Yeah.
but the truth is we don't buy insurance for the things that we're planning to do, right?
hmm Well, I lost my wife back in 2000 to cancer.
Oh, I'm sorry.
And we had many times, me and her, been told about buying life insurance,
Yeah.
and then the time she got cancer, it only took her about 28 months to die.
Oh, man.
But that's something that we should have done with, I should have done with her. And,
Right.
back then I thought, well, she was 37 when she died. And when you're 30, and I was 37, we was both the same age. But you think at 37, there ain't nothing going to, that's never going to happen. Nothing like that's going to happen.
Right.
So I was dumb to the fact saying, well, she's a woman, she could get cancer and all those things, which she did. But still, I look back on that, regretting that I didn't take time and, because I had 2-3 people ask me, about selling me insurance, life insurance, and I didn't, I don't need it. I'm too young. But still, I should have done it then. So no, today I think, well, I'll go ahead and try to, I might live another 10 years in this world or something like that. So,
Right.
my dad's still alive. He's 87.
Wow.
My mom died when she was 68.
Yeah.
But still, you think, like I said, he's 87, going to be 88. So, and I think, well, I don't know. I never would have thought my dad could have got that old. But like I said, he smoked 2 packs of cigarettes back in his younger days.
But
He
he's
ain't
lucky.
been smoking for years, but yeah,
He's lucky he lived that long.
Yeah, but that's what most people say,
Yeah.
But I never thought he would get that old, but I don't think I will either. I don't think I'll make 88 because, I'm 60 now, and I think, well, I don't know what I would feel like at 88. but the 15 would probably fit my.
All right, guys, he was ready. He wanted to protect his family. He's healthy. He got level rates and $15,000 of coverage with American Amicable. Okay. And it was approved instantly. Okay. The agent did everything right when I listened to the entire call. And trust me, I'm a very critical person. I will always come up with something, but he did a full needs analysis, connected with the client. I'm sure you can hear their connection on this call. You can tell it's the end of the call. Submitted the application, verified banking, and that's important. Because we'll get to that lesson here in just a second, and got coverage to go in force immediately with same day pay. Okay. Textbook from our training, great call. But a week later, we got this voicemail.
Yes, my name is, and my dad, his name was, he had insurance through you guys, and he passed away October 9th. If you would, give me a call back at Thank you.
This vibrant, healthy 60-year-old man passed away 7 days after the phone call that you just heard an excerpt of, okay? And his mother already passed away when he was young from cancer without life insurance. Now he just lost his father at 60 years old. So his son on the voicemail here was calling to file a claim for the $15,000 of coverage that his dad just purchased. However, The first payment went NSF. Insufficient funds. In our notes, I looked and I see our retention team left a voicemail, texted and emailed notifying of the NSF days before the reporting of his death. But he hadn't gotten back to us yet. Maybe he thought he had time. Who knows? We don't know how he passed away. So, I mean, we don't know if it was an illness or accident or anything like that, okay? But since no successful payment was made, there was no coverage in force. And I'm sure that was a really tough call to make. Guys, what we do matters here, okay? You were probably expecting a happier story here where he gets his death benefit, okay? And I could pull a bunch of calls here where, where we had death claims and, give you a happy story. They were paid the death benefit, but I want you guys to feel this, okay? I want you to feel this and understand that every decision that we make on a call could have an impact on our clients. We have an impact on the families that we help, okay? So understand that tomorrow is promised to no one. This guy passed away 7 days later, okay? After this phone call. Unless the client tells you they have no money available to make a payment, get the coverage in force today. Assume you're getting something in force today unless they don't have the funds today, right? The agent did that in this case, but unfortunately, it didn't go through. He verified the banking information. That was all correct. There was just no money in the account. Really, really unfortunate. But most of the time, there will be money in there because nobody would do a same-day pay unless they knew they had money in there. I'm not sure what happened there. We can only speculate. But, that kind of stuff happens. But if this agent didn't do same-day pay and he set it out, for a future Wednesday Social Security draft date or some future date in advance, and this person passed away, he'd probably have a lot heavier heart right now about this. Okay. I know I would, if I had the opportunity to assume that, to get coverage in force today and that they can make a payment today. Because a lot of agents have the crutch on future gating every single time because it's the path of least resistance. Because, they can say that, oh, I don't need, any payment. You don't need to make a payment today. And that relieves a lot of the sales pressure on a phone call, right? But you're actually doing a disservice here. And if this agent didn't do same day pay, right? If he just automatically did a future draft date when they get their Social Security deposit and didn't ask, right? He would probably feel a lot of weight on his shoulders right now because of what happened here. I know I would. So, okay. So tomorrow's promised to no one. I want you guys to understand that. And same day pay, it matters. Okay. It's not just to get something enforced, get you a commission, get a policy enforced, all that, right? In this case, if payment would have gone through, it would have gotten the family $15,000 of, to help with the final expenses. Okay. But also, you need to make sure you follow up immediately on this payments. Okay. Our team made one attempt from, left a voicemail. Okay. One call, one email, one text, all went out at the same time. The other attempts were in queue, but what if we had tried again later on that day or the next day or the day after that? Because it was a few days before. Okay. That one extra attempt or two extra attempts might have caught him at the right time and gotten that coverage in force. All right. You have to remember that this business is a sales and a service business. Okay. And the servicing in this business is sometimes just as important as the sale. In this case, it was, very important. Many agents think they're inconveniencing their clients because it's clear they have no money, right? It was a missed payment. They don't have any money, so I'm not going to call them because they don't have any money. But I can assure you, if they purchased a final expense life insurance policy, most of them want you to follow up with them because fixing payment issues and calling a carrier and doing all that is daunting. If you call them or you give them instructions via text or email and they take care of it, specific instructions, you're doing that follow-up and helping them through that, they'll take care of it. I mean, a lot of them will, not all of them will, but a lot of them will. And you're doing your job. Okay. You're making sure this family is protected. You're making a commitment on every sale you make to be their life insurance agent for life, right? Your expectations are they are going to keep that policy for the rest of their lives, and they are stuck with you as their agent, right? We joke about that, but it's true. And you need to be there for them if they miss a payment. That's part of the relationship here. Okay. So make sure you don't just call immediately when you get, and guys, if you're not monitoring every single day, anything that goes NSF, we do it for our agents. You just log into our AMS, you'll get a report there of all your missed payments. But you need to be on top of it. Okay. And you need to call them immediately and often, especially in the very beginning here, because something like this could happen. All right. Overall, just know, guys, we're protecting families here. Okay. Every decision you make during your sales presentation can impact a family. Every decision, coverage amount, whatever you recommend for coverage amount. Okay. Payment date, even, and even just your effort to connect and build up the needs so they take action. Like that decision you make to do that or not do that can impact if the family buys coverage or doesn't buy coverage. Okay, you need to get to the bottom of why you're on the phone with them there. Every single thing that they tell you, you need to clarify and make sure you fully understand where they're coming from so that they can make that decision. It's not just going through a script, it's fully understanding and connecting with them, right? That's a decision that you make on every single phone call if you're going to do that or not. And that decision could impact a family. All right. The people we talk to, they're real. They have kids. They have parents. They have friends that this will affect. They have legacy. They have needs. Our actions have a decisive impact on their future. So guys, what we do matters. Carry that with you. Make every conversation count.